Hey Cody, I wanted to quickly shoot a video show you what I mean. So I'm gonna go to inventory here and I'm gonna create an item, right? So I have my options: fixed price, per unit, or variable. If I choose per unit, it gives me price, unit item, and then these are the kind of like item cost and the stock quantity here fields, right? And then we have the categories, labels, modifiers, and these are basically different options that we have. So let me just go ahead and set this up real quick. Test item. Right, so I'm gonna keep this per unit. We're gonna say that it's 51 cents per unit, and let's say that it's LB. This can be anything else, but if it's LB, then if you're using the connected scale, this will trigger the scale. If you're using a label printing scale, then we'll be able to do the calculation. And if you're using the stock quantity field, then we'll work out the ounces, when people are checking out. But that number here, there's nothing you can scan to put that number in here. So let's say, there was 28 here. We'll do the proper deduction when the sales are made. But when you're bringing in more into your inventory, you can go in here, delete 28 and make it 52. But you got to figure out the math outside and just literally put it in and find that item in the inventory before you do so. So that's what I'm saying, is like that part is kind of manual, and I just don't know of anything that would help with the way that you're trying to make it work. So that's just, honestly, that's the truth. But let's go ahead and save this item, right? And so you have your modifiers, for example. These things can set up different price, but the modifiers are not, a unique identified product code that you can assign its own barcode. None of that. It's just literally a field where you can add a name, right, like that. And basically you can assign items or different not items, but so none. All right, so let's just go ahead and add this. So here it is. Oh, here it is, add modifier, right? So you have test modifier, one, alternate name, and a price. There's no additional field that says product code for this version of a product. So that's what I meant. Like I don't think you can ever pull that up. So it won't help. But on a checkout, you can do a ton of stuff with the things that inventory has as far as the checkout is concerned. But inventory tracking, you're still looking at going in here and doing that. See, even like if it just goes into 0, it's just gonna keep selling into the negative. That way, you can count like whatever plus 7 that already been sold. You just never entered them in, kind of a scenario. And there's another issue, is that when you're processing a return, let's say from transactions, from here, right? Let's say we're doing this one. All right, so let's do a refund. There it is. We did the refund. I'm not even sure if it's gonna process because it's a fake. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that paid here. Like when we're returning this, right? So when you're doing this exchange and refund items, these items are not gonna go back. Like this item, 18 cents, it's not gonna go back. The weight of that Canadian sour cream, see, partially refunded, is not gonna go back to the inventory. If you're reselling the item that people have returned, you'd have to account for it again by opening the item up and putting in whatever the quantity, and that would be the only way to do this, even on the returns. Okay.